Hi guys, we're back and we're covering blue today. Oh, well, this is a different day to the other two, to green and red. So I think we jump straight into it with the first card, um, which I can't. Sorry, Firefox froze for me. Let me restart it.
Strato Shooter Skyraker. It's a
It's the
3-2.
level three, right?
Yeah, 3-2
The
10k.
3/2. Yeah. So it's got come and play, draw two, drop one, and it's got when you on reverse pay three, ditch one, sack one, I think. Put a Ardo Maiden from your hand onto the battlefield in oh look, I'll wait till Firefox loads before I actually read it, but it's a good finisher
Yeah, that's what. Yeah, and it gains 4k. Ardor Maiden gains 4k.
because that's relevant.
I mean,
Oh,
it's a pseudo resend effect. It's from hand instead of from waiting room.
Yeah, it's restand. It's that you also get the burn from Ardo Maiden, and you also get what was I gonna say? Uh, you're also immune to anti-damage, right? Yeah. So this is oh no, you don't have to discard a card. You just have to sack another character. So this is kind of like I guess it's kind of like Marika. You don't burn the first time.
I mean, that was the analogy we used last time.
Yeah, it's been 2 days. I don't quite remember.
It's still not Marika.
Well, nothing's Marika. I think this card is fine.
It's fine. I'm gonna call it niche because of it being very involved, I guess, and I don't think this is the best version in the deck.
Did someone just die?
I personally think it's like it's all right. Like I don't know if it's gonna be the like it might end up being the finisher of choice between this and the Hime, but like this might actually be the finisher of choice because Hime is just so inconsistent. Not working for me,
He is
Yeah,
inconsistent.
it's explosive as hell, and I think that's good. On this one, that is. It does cost a lot, but you can place in
Well,
a
I
way
mean,
that you don't use much stuff.
at least she replaces herself so that you aren't ruined too
What
badly by
what
the.
what what you should be mentioning is that you draw into your Arda Maidens and the climax because it is a climax combo. You need
Yeah,
the
I mean, you
book.
need the combo, and but the book is a continuous effect, so the come and play creature or the character will still have the +1k +1 soul.
It
That's
would be
all.
much better if it was stock soul, to be quite honest.
It would be better as a stock soul because then you would actually have stock.
You'd have
Well,
more
it's
stock
only
and you wouldn't have to swing for three.
I mean, you need 4 stock per.
no, you don't, you just need
No, you
like
don't.
it's the same as Shinon. It's the exact same as Shinon.
Yeah. Either or. Shinon is ditch two cards, isn't it?
Shinon is ditch 2.
Ditch one. No, but I
Ditch
mean
one.
like
No,
Is that
Xenon is ditch. No,
pay
it's
two
pay
ditch
two.
one.
It's pay two ditch one.
But
Right.
like I'm just using the stock comparison as Shinon. So you like if you want to do double restand, you need 6. If you want to do triple restand, you need 10.
So need the Arda Maidens in hand,
Yeah,
obviously.
I don't know. I'm still calling it niche, but I think the card is fine. Niche plus. We have that rating.
Really,
I think it's playable.
I think it's playable plus.
Playable plus for me.
Yeah, like it's hard to say. It could go either way. I think this is good, but I also think Japan's a bunch of Hime fags who are just going to play the yellow one, even if it's worse. And then someone's just going to sack with it, and then everyone's going to accept it as if it was the standard.
There's a
Pretty
deck
sure that's
that
what's going to happen.
there's a deck you can play where you don't sack with it. You basically hit threes every time. I'm just
I
saying.
mean,
Yeah, but that deck you have to sack the entire game up until level three.
That's true. Okay.
all right. Next up, I guess.
All right, so next
Joining the
card is
list of global
Fuko.
fives.
How many are there? Fuko, Icewood Field with Determination, 001k. It's got Global 500, and it's another one of the Accelerate augmenters. It's when you accelerate, choose a character. That character gains one cost. When this reverses its battle opponent, you may pay the one cost. If you do, look at up to two cards from the top of your deck, choose one and add it to hand. So it's basically draw two, ditch. Well, not
It's
draw
not
two,
draw
ditch
2.
one. It's pick a card from the top two.
Yes, we've had this effect before. That effect historically has been really good for me. But
Yeah,
that is of
it's been good
course.
in Celebrity.
I mean, in two lover. What is someone doing? They're like
Something's happening.
they're like
Anyway,
scrubbing into their microphone or something.
is it better now? It might be me. I don't know what a mic. I don't know what a mic on my
Is someone like
PC is.
opening a box?
Okay, since I can't hear it, it's probably me. I'll put the computer somewhere else. Yep, so this card seems fine. I don't think I'd play it over either the yellow or red one though.
Yeah, me neither. Like, yeah, I think the red one and yellow one is just better. Like, if they didn't have the yellow red one, this card would be like really good. But like, yeah,
I mean, it depends. If you think your game plan is going to be a little bit more climax dependent, this could be a little bit better.
Yeah.
Because this lets you get to those climaxes, and if you run any of those trap events, you probably want to play this too as well. But those events are traps, so if you're playing those, you're probably losing.
Oh my god, you can grab the green event with this.
You can also
Yeah,
bond for green. So
nice memes, guys.
But even if you can grab the green, like the big thing is, even if you can grab climax and events, those are things you want to use during the. Wait, does accelerate happen before playing climax? I think it does.
Yes, it does.
yes.
Dude, that's actually relevant. That's actually really relevant then.
Wait, how?
Wait, why?
This is on
This is on
reverse.
reverse.
Oh, wait, never mind. Dude, I'm high. No, what the? Okay. No, then this is irrelevant because like climaxes and events are stuff you play during the main and climax phase. So this is like pretty too slow. It's too slow.
Look, the thing about this card is I think it might actually be the best one at level 0. Like if you're playing the Black Lotus plus Hime Advanced Summon or whatever, and you're playing that card anyway, then this one is probably best at level 0 because you can get more climaxes to play at level 1. Plus you dig a bit deeper into your deck than the other ones do. I still don't think it's particularly good, but it's certainly playable. Like it's not a bad card by any means.
I think it just depends on what you're looking to grab.
Have I given any card a good rating? I feel like I haven't given any card a good rating. Whatever.
Dude, we've given like thousands of playable ratings.
Yeah. This
How's
is
it play
this
the
has a,
card?
yeah, this card is fine. I wouldn't build around it, but it seems good.
Yeah, it's
Oh, like the next card. I like this next card though. This is a really
Playable.
decent card. 002K Fugo, go aiming for the sky. Accel. So is she still a cripple? I can't remember.
Oh, whoops, this is the wrong text.
No, she's like okay, like she stands up, dude. Like unless I remember wrong, I'm pretty sure she stands up. She ends up standing up. Yeah.
Okay, sure. So she's got Accelerate. At the start of your climax phase, you may clock the top card of your deck. If you do, this gains when this attacks, look up to 3 cards from the top of your deck, choose 1 and add to hand, ditch the rest, then ditch a card. So basically, it's a draw drop from the top 3 cards of your deck, and that's pretty damn good.
I actually think I think this card is good. I actually I've been playing around with it. This card is like the blue splash, and it's a really good blue splash.
Is it worth
Yeah, I
clocking
think this is-
yourself for hand fixing?
It is worth clocking yourself when hand fixing. Also, basically includes a brainstorm.
I mean, yeah, I guess.
Like you draw into whatever climax it is you need. Like if you're playing blue, then you definitely accelerate to try and get the
Okay, yeah, in this case particularly because it is at the beginning of your climax phase, you can use this as like a last-ditch effort sometimes to try to find that climax.
Well, this is a brainstorm.
No, this is when it
because,
attacks.
It's when it's
Yeah.
attacked.
Oh, it's when this
What?
attacks. Oh.
Yeah, no, this is effectively no. We don't have one which lets you get the climax at accelerate speed and then play the climax.
That would have been flavorful.
Dang,
though.
can't even two Loveru.
Yeah, it would be flavorful. So you can accelerate. Then you basically you draw 1, ditch 1. Except draw 1 is draw 3. And since you accelerate, that's 4 cards off the top, which is pretty damn good if you ask me.
Yeah. It procs your globals at level 0 too. That's like you can like go like +2 at 0.
I wouldn't use this. You're talking about level 0, right? I wouldn't use this past level 0.
Well, no,
Well,
you wouldn't because
fine.
at that
Yeah.
point clocking
That's-
becomes a lot
okay.
harder to justify. But this card is still a good blue splash because
I think the card is
Yeah.
fine. Like, the card hand fixes for relatively cheap,
and it's a brainstorm
but it doesn't...
effectively.
I don't think
It's-
I mean, it doesn't scale particularly well. I mean, that is something...
That's the curse of the accelerate keyword.
Yeah, like it's terrible in the late game.
It's terrible in the late game. It's pretty
it's not
bad in
even-
the mid game, too.
It's not even bad. Like yeah, exactly. Like you can like if you get into these positions where you have like a lot of climaxes in deck and you know you're gonna trigger them, just mill them away and then refresh for more. Like it's come up once for me, and I think that.
I mean,
that
if you know you're
sums
going to
up
trigger them,
real
you also might just clock them for your accelerate.
That's true. If you do, you just cry.
And then that's like especially bad depending on what part of the game you're at, because sometimes that climax just sits in your clock. You can't get rid of it.
Well, you'll never use this at level 3 though. Like you'll never use this effect at level
I mean, if
3.
you use this level 3, I gotta say you're probably losing that game, right?
Yeah.
If you have to use this at level 3.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm giving it the good rating though. I think this card's really good.
I don't think I'm that high on it. I
I'm
do like
giving
I do
Playable
like
Plus.
getting that deep. I
I'm
like
going,
playable plus in this.
I'm
It's a
going
good
playable
card.
plus on this. I mean, like, it's fairly cheap hand fixing. I don't think it's like phenomenal how the hand fixing is happening, and you really only get to use this at level 1.
Look, man,
Or
I
level
love
0.
it. There was a card that read that had this text on play instead of accelerate. Like I'd love that, but that doesn't exist. That's not going to happen.
I mean, if this was on play, it'd be outrageous.
That'd be great. Yeah. Yeah.
I mean,
boy.
it's as if there's a card that already does this, and its name is what was it again? Azusa, is that the one? Yeah, I
Exactly.
think it is.
Well, Kome, like, oh my god.
But this one
Like,
gets anything,
Yeah. This is like kind of
Eh.
like the climax phase.
and you don't
Kome.
have to reveal, which is not usually
Yeah.
relevant. But like, you don't. You just get to put a card there from into your hand.
This is why I don't like Accelerate. It takes a great card, puts Accelerate on it, and the card goes from being amazing to being like, it's
Yeah.
alright.
I mean, the problem with Accelerate is like you don't get to use it late game. You don't want to use it mid game. That
Well, you do once, and then you don't ever use it again.
yeah, I mean, like you really just like have to limit yourself to how many times you accelerate. I mean, like it's all like Ricky, right? You're not going to play all 4 Rickies in one game usually. That's just not
I've
good
never
juju.
played 4 Rickies in a game. I've played 3, never played 4.
Because like the second you got to the 4th Ricky, you're just wondering, is it really worth clocking myself again?
I triple cancelled a bunch of times, then it wouldn't be the worst idea. Anyway, let's move on. We've spent enough time on this card. Akira Hime is the 1045 Ellie clone. For each of your other characters with Avatar net, this gains 500 power.
She has an SR. This card is an SR.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
is.
It's an Ellie clone, man.
It's
That's
her
the
and her,
SR.
her ferret or whatever.
Is that a ferret? It looks like a ferret.
know.
It could be a weasel.
Not the ferret. I don't have the picture in front of me. I just remember there's a ferret with glasses.
Okay.
That's high.
I
It
assume
has
that's
a
her
tie.
avatar. It's not her. It's not her ferret. It's her avatar. I assume.
That's fine.
But anyway,
It's
this card is
playable.
playable. It is whatever. If you are playing the next card, then you definitely play this.
All right, next card.
So Fuko Summer Festival. This is a great screen cap. It's not actually a great screen cap. I'm just pointing out that it is exactly a screen cap. It's a 1055 that can't side attack, and when the battle opponent of this is reversed, if you've got the pants, if it's pants, is it?
Yeah, it's.
Yeah, pants. If you've got the pants in the climax zone, then you can, and you've got another avatar net character. Whoa, difficult conditions.
Well,
Look
you
up
have
the
to
2 cards from
reverse.
the top of your deck. Yeah, you do have to reverse, but the second bit is just absolutely unnecessary. Look it up to 2 cards from the top of your deck, choose one and add it to hand, ditch the rest.
It's fine. I mean, if you're running more events, you probably like this combo actually quite a bit.
I mean, this is basically the one that was just spoiled yesterday for Kisniver that everyone's going insane about.
What's the
It doesn't have the
Kisniver one do?
+2 chance. You look it up, you look at the top 2 and you add all level 1 or higher cards to your hand.
Oh,
Which
that card is such
basically
YOLO.
this. It's basically this.
What if you
And
run?
they're very good.
Wait, is it level 1 or higher characters, or does any level 1 or higher
Cards,
card?
just any cards.
Level 1 hard cards.
Yeah, you can get events with that card. But this
Yeah.
one, you just choose one. So the expected value of that one is approximately
50%.
3 cards, and the expected value of this one is exactly 3 cards.
Yes.
If you play 3 of them, obviously. If you reverse. Of course, reversing is definitely not guaranteed anymore. Like,
It's also
people will
not
play in a
free.
way where you can't reverse. So that one is probably better, simply because it has the chance of exploding up and getting you 2 cards. But, look, you don't need this card. I don't think it's necessary to play this unless you're going for a mono blue deck.
Yeah.
Climax art is nice.
The card is just playable.
Yeah.
I think the climax is nice if you want. If you're not playing green, then this is a fine level 1 combo just to have, because it's still a vanilla worst case. And if you need to kill something, then you've got Hime to kill something.
Yep. All right, next up. There you go.
Well, I'm giving this regardless. Skyraker moving within the Black Cloud 1155 during your opponent's turn. If you have the Fuko support, so the one we talked about earlier, then this gains 2k, so it's a 7/5 on the opponent's turn, and it's got Accelerate. At the start of your climax phase, you may clock your top deck. If you do, reveal the top card of your deck. If it's an avatar or neck trait, this gains you may choose a back row card and
It's a
attack
back
that
row
instead.
attacker.
This seems
Questionable?
I think
I
it's
dislike that you have to
niche.
pay. I don't like if you have to pay costs before you check the top. That reminds me of that Naruto from all those years ago and how bad that card is.
It's like the back row attacker too.
This card is niche.
niche. Like you wouldn't say it's bad. Would you ever play this in the deck ever?
You could
The
justify it.
1/1/7/5.
You
Worst
could
case.
justify it, but
You
It's
can't.
only one. It's
But
only
can you
7/5 on your
just-
opponent's turn.
Oh, is it only game? Oh,
it's
never
only
mind.
on an opponent's
Oh,
turn.
oh,
It's going to be 8k because it's a global 5.
I don't think you can justify a clocking one to potentially attack a back row. Like you just can't justify that. Like if you miss, it's terrible.
Yeah,
Like,
but if you hit, sometimes you cripple them. Some people just so brainstorm reliant that they just get destroyed.
that is. It's hard to say. I mean, probably niche, but
Look, this card is niche because you're not playing it unless, well, you could play like one, but I don't think it's a good thing to hedge on ever. The downsides are far greater than the upside in most scenarios, unless your opponent is just actually that reliant on their brainstorm. They are sometimes. I think this is a fine card, but I don't think it's something you look at putting in a deck before. Like, this is like your 6th, 55th card or something. There's a lot of cards you'd rather have in instead, and it's all meta dependent. Like if you know the best players in your region are like super TP fans, and you need to kill their 1/1 or kill their brainstorm, knowing they don't have a second. That's like it takes a very specific meta read.
I mean, there are definitely decks that fold if you can kill their back rows.
Yeah. So this card will never be bad. I don't think you'd play it in many decks. Even like the mono blue deck, it's still like whatever.
I don't think you ever start on this card in your deck. You'd
Like the worst part here is that killing cards late game is often more relevant than killing them mid game, especially since a lot of top decks like Monogatari doesn't really have back row you care about. Well, I guess if they play Kaiki early. And accelerating anywhere past level 2 is just really bad. Like, you never want to do it. I think we've said that to death. I call this card niche because it can have applications against the right meta. I don't think it's super good at all.
alright. Next up.
And
Blue Knight. When this attacks, if the level of the character opposite is 3 or higher, this gains 4/5 and the ability to bottom deck its battle opponent.
Yeah, this is definitely worse than the red one, and
This is awful because at its floor, it is a 2/1/7/5 that does nothing else. It doesn't even gain the bottom deck ability unless the opponent is level 3 or higher.
it also only
And
gets
at
to
that point,
11k or 12k.
12k. You're only 12k, which isn't enough to kill most of the really troublesome level 3s. Like, you can't kill Shinobu, you can't kill Rin. What else even is there? Those are the two that come to mind.
Most characters with counters as well, you just don't get over
Yeah,
anyways.
you
I don't
aren't
think you even
You aren't
kill
killing
Amity.
Army. You don't kill Army because it gets power. You don't kill you don't kill Army because the Army deck will have a 1/0 counter, I guarantee it. And you don't kill, like, even if we're talking about stuff like Saya, you're not killing that. You're probably not killing Kuro.
Don't kill a lot of things,
yeah.
it's bad.
I don't think you play this in any circumstance unless you're specifically blue and not red.
which character is he? I don't remember.
Dude has armor. He actually looks sweet. Too bad his card is garbage.
He's from the movie, I assume.
Okay. Spoiler.
Alright. Aquamantic? What kind of name is that?
Aquamatic. So 2/2/2k. When this comes from hand stage, check top card of your deck and put it on top or bottom, so literal scry. And when your opponent's climax is placed to the climax zone, you may stock this.
This card is actually great.
It's fine, but I don't think I'd ever play it above the Fuko that has the accelerate ability.
Let me think about it. This card is good / better when your opponents are actually running on reverse combos at level 1. Because you
Sure.
get to completely dodge that. And then she pluses you on stock, so if your deck is stock hungry, i.e. the blue-red deck is, then you also get to have a little bit of extra stock going into later portions of the game that you know is clean. This
Yeah,
I don't
card,
think the blue-red deck is that stock.
I mean, but now it
You
means you
want
can
some
actually
stock.
use your back row, pay 1, salvage, or look top 2, whatever effects you want, really. You have a little bit of extra stock to play with that you didn't before. I think the card is actually very, very solid. I don't think it's insane, but
It's
What's
fun.
it also
the
heavily
check for the
depends
first?
on
You
how much
talk.
on reverse climax combos are going on. This card gets less good when there are fewer of those running around because you don't get to. Now you're just giving your opponent a free extra damage instead of just denying them a plus while getting a stock.
Oh, I mean, if they're playing a climax and you put this in, then that's. Oh, I guess 3 damage first time run is not great.
It's like, I don't know. You don't want to be taking extra damage if you don't have to, and this does that sometimes. But against the decks that actually need to kill things, this is a lot better.
Look, this card is fine. I wouldn't play it over Fuko, but it does seem alright in a 2-color deck running blue.
I
You
call
would
it
have to
playable.
play it. It's top check, right? But the PR is better. But I don't know. Like, would you play a card that top checks 2 or this card?
Do I need to top
Does it
check
get
too?
does it get to rearrange?
No, it
You can
doesn't.
rearrange it. You
Then I
can
like this
PR.
better.
Do you think so? Like,
You can't rearrange.
no, you can rearrange.
You can
Blue one,
rearrange.
you can, yeah.
Okay, that changes things.
But I think the would you play this with a PR? That's the question. I don't know. Probably.
Oh no, you can't really. Oh.
It depends. For me,
Uh,
it's
someone
It
someone
makes your
refresh
back.
me.
The PR makes your back row attacker better.
What's the PR? What's the PR's text?
CIP check top 2 and then place them back in the order.
All right.
Is that it? Because I'm not actually using this for the first effect most of the time. The first effect is nice, but the main reason why I'm using it is to try to abuse the second effect.
Yeah. Yeah.
I give the card a playable, but I don't know if you guys want to give it lower or higher.
I think it's playable. Just I wouldn't play it over in a splash. I wouldn't play it as a splash if I had not even maxed out in the other Fuka. It's fine.
I can justify playing this over the 4th copy of that Fuko, just because the accelerate effect is less. It has diminishing returns. There's only so much you can accelerate in a game, but
Yeah.
it's fine.
I mean, after a certain point, it is just color fixing.
Yep.
All right. So next card is Fuko changing. 0025. If you have 6 or more cards in hand, this is a 4K.
I'm definitely not running this over the previous card in almost any circumstance. So
Especially in a deck with a runner.
So there's that.
Yeah, but she's changed her clothes, so.
I mean, she seems far more legal than the other characters we've seen so far. Playable minus.
I think that's reasonable.
Yeah.
Alright, next card, Fuko, Device Leaguer of Nega Nebulous. It's a 2/1/5K, it's a level X, and it's got 1 cost, get your climax, look at the top card of your deck, put it either on top of or bottom of your library, and draw a card.
I don't like that you have to pay a stock for it just to get the scry.
This is the worst ponder I've ever seen, but
It is a startup at least. So you could theoretically do it. This isn't even a ponder. This is a peek.
yeah, it is a peak.
No. Peek looks at opponent's hand. What is this?
No, it's
It's
I know which
Jace's
one you're
Unraveler
talking
of
about.
Secrets plus ability. There's
Scry
definitely,
1 draw card.
there's definitely an ability that's Scry 1 draw a card because
Yeah, that's Unravel of Secrets plus.
because Preordain was too good, so they needed to print bad Preordain, and then they banned Preordain in Modern. So clearly, I don't think I'm playing this card over any other level assist for the level assist plus text. The startup is kind of unnecessarily costed. I would have liked it better as just a come and play effect.
Look, this is better than the Maid level X in the blue-red deck because, well, I guess if you're running a lot of the 3/2 Scarlet Rain, then you can rely on that card being there. But the Scarlet Rain sucks unless you're in specifically a deck trying to abuse Hime or the card itself. So I think I would hedge on this over the Maid level X.
How often are you planning on using that second effect?
Often enough. It's a discard outlet.
The main level X?
No, this level X.
The Maid level X's second ability is Bond,
It's not a level. The maid isn't a level X.
isn't it?
It's a level 3 support.
Yeah, it's the plus 2k to level 3 or higher.
Oh, so it is. Alright, so... Yeah, I'd play this card over that, unless I was playing heavy on Scarlet Rain.
I mean, it's still playable. It's just like I am less than
Look,
impressed with
it's
the
a
effect.
discard out. It's a discard out in a deck that doesn't actually have that many of them.
It's just
Like-
generic, dude. Like, I'm playable. It's fine.
It's playable.
Generic is good. Like, are you going to play over your Chiri, or are you going to use this? If you need to, like, ditch right now, you're about to refresh or whatever.
I guess, but you also have to pay 2 stock to do that. So you
I mean,
almost...
if you play... It's not paying 2 stock, it's rather if you're playing level X to begin with, then you probably have something on the field that can abuse the level X.
Well, not as,
Well,
you,
look-
you gave a scenario where you want a hand fix out of CX, right? So that's not necessarily a you have an early play type of scenario.
Well, I mean, let's
This
say...
is spammable? Oh, yeah, this is spammable.
Yeah, it is
Yeah, it's
spammable.
spammable.
Yes,
It's
I
startup.
guess. Yeah.
But you don't probably want to use this more than once or twice.
You use it when you need to. You hopefully don't have to use it because it's crisis management. It's not actually... You're not actually banking on this to look for something. This isn't that sort of game.
Of course,
It's fine.
it'll
It's
be there
playable.
always.
We can move on. It's playable. Accel current close combat form. 3/2 10k heal. If you have 5 more cards in hand, this gains 1k.
Eh?
It's a
If you
healer.
played, it's a heal in mono blue. If you're playing blue red, then you have the first set Nico. If you're playing blue yellow, you have the Hime.
Eh? Playable minus.
This is like a TD card.
Yeah.
This is like
Kind of funny. It's an uncommon
This
because
is
some
like-
sets in the past don't even have this.
this card is basically a TD card. I'm just like the first TD card I can think of, which is not a fair comparison, is the freaking Toma and Index from the Index TD.
I think that card's better than this one.
I think so too. That card is book trait and lets you use your freaking heal counter.
Whatever. This card is like.
Is that card also
niche.
yellow?
It is
That
yellow.
card is yellow.
Yeah, so that's relevant too.
It is relevant.
This card is niche.
Yeah. I mean, it's 11k healer. Can you say it's niche? Like, you're giving level assists.
You are
playable?
not playing this healer over any other healer unless you are
That
specifically
is
in
true.
mono blue.
That is
That
true.
is the
That is
definition of
interesting.
niche.
That's true, but like being an 11k healer, I don't think you can call it niche though. Like, you know what I mean? You know what I mean?
I don't think
Wait,
I
it's
ever.
not a question of its quality. It's a question of when would you actually play the card.
The previous card was, in my eyes, even more niche than the.
I think that card is more playable
three,
because
you
you
know what
are
I mean?
more likely
Is
to
it
play
though?
that card.
Is it actually though? Because I can think of decks where I'd rather play that, even when I have access to other level X's. Whereas with this one, I can only think of one deck where you'd ever play it, which is the mono blue deck. Because like I said, I'd rather play the
Any other
Nico
healer.
heal from the first set if I was playing red. And well, I guess if I'm playing yellow, that's a moot point since that'd be 2 level 3 combos and that'd be dumb. Look, maybe you played in like blue green, but I don't think that's a real deck.
Wouldn't you just,
I guess. I don't know.
wouldn't
I
you just
think
play the
like,
Cheery instead?
I wouldn't play the card either, but I think like the rating should be comparable because I don't think the blue card you would play in anything besides like
But
the blue.
I think the
too.
color is relevant. The fact that it's blue versus being a generic healer in some other color matters.
No, but is there a level X you would play in blue red instead?
Yeah, no. There is from the first to the top decker. It's like the level X that gives top decking abilities.
Man, it's the double R, isn't it? Oh, I forgot about that card.
Actually-
Yeah, all right, sure.
So like
We can
I'm
revise
not
that rating
go
then.
back and change the rating, but you know what I mean now, right?
I'll back up and change my rating. That one
mean,
can
that card
be
is
niche.
better.
This one can be niche.
Well, no,
I
I'm
forgot
gonna.
about that
I mean,
level
like,
X.
if you guys are gonna go back and change the rating, sure. But my point is like they should both be niche. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's fine. I'm gonna give them both niche because I forgot about that 2-1 level X.
I mean, yeah. I mean, the fact that there's a better level X is enough for me to say that the previous card is niche. You would only use it if you think you're someone who's going to
In
get
mo-
screwed frequently.
Yeah, like if you think that the top deck effect is worse than the like it's a playstyle thing, isn't it? Do you wanna try and make it so your compression doesn't suck, or do you want to just kill them in the face?
Eh.
Okay.
I mean, I would do neither. I just play the maid because yeah.
I mean, cause made. Anyways, next up card.
Sure, why not?
It's something straight out of
Um,
Shin-Chan.
Where'd I go? Yeah, next card, Akira Summer Festival. Assist 500. Ooh, look, another assist. One cost sack. Look up the top four cards of your deck. Choose a character with avatar on that. Add it to hand and ditch the rest.
So this is like the fixed version from Shin-Chan.
Um, I don't know what to think of this card. I think it's probably fine.
I don't know if I play it because you already have another, albeit not good still, Akatsuki effect, but that one's at least free.
I don't think you play this, but I think
I
it's
mean,
fine.
will this even contend for a support slot? You're running globals and
You're already
stuff.
running globals, and you already have like a lot of supports that you probably want to be running anyways. I don't know if you need
You're only-
another mill effect.
You're only really evaluating this for the mill 4.
But even if you wanted
And
to
while
go
I-
for like the Fuko that accelerates is probably more reasonable than pay one.
The card in Kantai is the card comparable to this Okinami or whatever her name is good because she bounces something and gives you a free swing into a slot because Kantai is a lot better on defense than Kantai is good on one slot on offense and then it's good everywhere on defense. So that card is good there. But this card is like it sits in the back until you decide to cash it in. And then you even have to pay stop to cash it in. Like I can't see this card as being bad, but I can't see where I'd play it either.
Niche.
Niche?
Niche.
Mm.
Or even
I still
playable
think
minus.
it's like I think it's playable minus. I think it's good enough to warrant consideration regardless. I just don't think you're lacking cards. I think you've got plenty of cards and you don't need to turn to this.
She is eating a sausage though, so you know.
That is a
GG's.
chocolate banana.
Well, same thing. Like I'm also a chocolate banana, so she's eating me. GG's.
I will defer this card to Penguin. He can talk about this one.
So this card, when it direct attacks, you can stun an opponent 0 in the front row, which is, it doesn't matter too much, but it being 1k, actually, it's relevant at 0 sometimes. And then there's a second effect is when it gets reversed, you can top check if it's a level 2 or higher, bounce the hand. So this is for the Sugoi level 3 deck,
Oh
where you
god.
put 30 level 3. This card is like the entire engine. I mean, you get this as fast as possible, and then you win the game. I mean, the deck was working for me really well. Like, you guys don't believe in it, but I think this card is like, I think it's playable because it creates a deck in itself. Like,
So the problem that I have with the 1000 number is that most of the relevant bombs that are played now are also 1000.
Yeah, what I want to know is if your opponent has like a rando 2/5, do you direct attack and stun it, or do you just run it in? I'm pretty sure you run it in, right?
no. You just, well, it depends if their deck, first of all, has a stalk or a clock suicider. Or a bottom deck suicide. If they don't have those, I actually make the direct because this deck doesn't care about the opponent's advantage. You're giving them too much advantage past, like for the entire game until level 3 anyways. That you just,
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, that's not the thing. I'm asking, do you care like obviously you try and run. Wait, you run it in like most scenarios because most random decks have a 1-cost popper level 0 hanging out somewhere, and you don't want to risk that. You just run it in, right? And then you get the card back. You get an attack next turn.
oh yeah, yeah, definitely past like after a point, you definitely want to just ram it on your turn because but against
Exactly,
you should know the decks, right? You should know the sets. Like if the set doesn't have it, any of those.
All right, so you're playing against Terraformers. Do you side or front?
You front because Terraformer has the brainstormer. Like you know what I mean? Like you just can't risk that. Like Alfred's like Lychee said, sorry. And
Samson, thank you.
Samson.
Samson, sorry. We're all Samson. But like, I don't know. I still give it playable. It makes a deck in itself.
Oh god.
I mean-
No, you're giving it playable because that one deck means this card is definitely
That's
niche.
the definition of niche, man.
Niche.
That is the definition of niche.
But if that deck ends up being top tier,
If that
we'll
deck ends
all
up being
play
top tier,
idiot.
then this gets
You
good.
wanna make another bet
Good
with
plus meta.
Lychee here?
No, I made
Let's
let's get the
say
Vegemite out.
this deck tops
Let's get the
5
Vegemite out.
times.
Okay, if this deck tops the regionals in BC, the WGP of BC,
If
You know what I'm
if you
saying?
top with it, have a bet with Lychee. He's already
Okay.
got it.
Okay.
See that.
Lychee makes the deck.
I mean,
Fuck. Okay, fine. If it tops in BC, I'll make the deck.
so
And
what
you play
happens if
for
it doesn't?
WGP.
My
You have to write
WGP
an
went.
article about the deck.
Okay, I will. If you top, well, okay, maybe if someone, some mysterious person, tops with this deck, I'll make the deck, test it, tune it, and write an article. I'll write one of my 10K word articles on the deck. How does that sound?
Okay. We've established what one side of the equation is. What's the other? What
He has
happens
to
if it
eat a
doesn't?
jar of Marmite.
Oh yeah, if you don't.
Yes,
He has to eat a jar of Marmite.
Oh god.
Wait, what's
You get Marmite in Canada?
I'm sure you can get some sort of mite.
God.
This is what you asked for. All right.
Sure. Wait.
Okay,
Wait.
he has to import a jar of Marmite and eat it.
I think I can buy it here actually. I think I can buy it.
Okay, if you can buy
Okay, look,
Marmite,
look.
there you go.
Regardless, you have to acquire it because if I lose, then I'm out of pocket like $300 and however much time it takes me to write this article and test this deck. So
Sure.
surely you can pay a few dollars to import some Vegemite. Let's make it Vegemite.
If I have to import it, I'll import it. But I'm pretty sure they sell Vegemite here. So
All right.
I'll import it all. Don't worry, I got you.
Vegemite has been established.
Oh,
Agreements have been made.
But this
this
card
is the best
playable for me.
meme.
It's
This is the
very
best.
playable. Actually, no, I'm gonna
Best
say it's
thing.
good. It's a good card.
I'm already called it niche, and I moved on because I
No,
don't.
he. That's why we have different people rating it differently.
Okay, let
He
me
can
let me
call it
fix this
playable.
rating.
He can call it
Playable,
good.
good plus. Meta.
I'm calling-
All right, 1 second.
I've got it as niche plus, man. Like I think this card is what makes the deck.
Let me get this fixed. Niche plus
Niche. That's
good
niche.
good.
He does niche.
plus
No, I'm-
meta. All right, there it is for everyone. Meta good plus niche, niche
Too
plus niche, and meta good plus on this card. There's the right translation. Okay, we good?
Good.
All right, Vegemite might be in someone's future.
Anime.
Very much so. All right, next card. Takumu, strategist position. If you have no other characters, this gains 1/5 and hand on call.
You have a runner. This is bad.
How long is this? How long has it been since this was an R? This was an R in Bakemono. I still have my triple Rs.
This is a runner. There's a runner in this set that has to be bad.
Yeah, it's bad. But
Yeah.
there's better blue fixing and there's a runner. So both of its roles have been fulfilled by better cards.
All right.
Maybe not if you need both at once, but still, this is bad. Cyan Pile is a shield, 0035. When you level up, put this in the waiting room.
Ah,
Yeah.
bad.
Alright, Takumu and Haruyuki becoming close friends. 117K, bad.
This is the most homosexual card I've ever seen. I'm just gonna put
Really? That's definitely not homosexual.
You got to get
That's
your
not
broske
nice.
deck out.
That's
The
like
balls
a
aren't
guy.
touching, man. That's
It's a
not.
guy and a
That's not
small
good.
animal.
Do you have a Kyosuke Riki deck still? Do you still have that deck?
Yeah, I have that deck. Let me find the card. Let me find the gay card. You guys go on. I'm
Anyways,
sure.
2/1 vanilla counter in blue. Is this playable? It's still playable. I don't know if you play it.
Well, you have one in red, green.
Well, you have the recycle counter in red, right?
No, it's yellow.
Is it in yellow?
Yeah.
Wait, how is it in yellow? We didn't do yellow.
Wait, what do you mean recycle counter?
Recycle.
So like you pay one, it comes back.
Oh, that's in green. Yeah.
It's in green.
Yeah.
I think I'm still tempted to play that over this, even if I'm not in green. But I
Okay,
probably
so I linked the actual most homo card in Weiss. But I'm not sure Ricky's actually a guy, so I don't know. It's
Ricky is
hard to
best
say.
girl.
He's best girl, doesn't mean he's a girl. Cyan Pile, Perforation. It's 217K. During your opponent's turn, gets 2K. Wow, this feels like I'm in 2011 again. One cost. When Lightning Cyan Spike is placed in your climax zone, you may pay cost. If you do, this gains back row attack. Look,
Holy, what? Why is there two?
this is the sort of card I'd expect to see in Melty Blood.
Is it in Melty Blood?
No, but it wouldn't be out of place in Melty Blood.
Because
As a double
this
R.
is an effect that's basically actually in Fate. Like Fate Stay on a 1/1.
I'm pretty sure this is like a double R in Melty Blood.
Oh,
It's
God.
better than the current 1/1 double R. I'll give it that. Absolutely.
If you're gonna run a back row attacker, I think you gamble on the 1/0. Or the
So-
1/1.
The
Yeah,
1/1.
the 1/1.
I think you gamble
That
on the
card is-
1/1 instead of playing a climax and a 2/1.
Yeah, that's correct.
I'm
I
gonna
call
call
this
this-
card bad.
I'm gonna
Well,
call
you
it
can,
bad
can
as
you give
well.
it? Can you give it the melty rating? Is that a rating?
Melty. Let me see.
Excellent.
Wait, no, it
Melty.
did not go there. Let me.
Okay, so that's going to be
Melty.
one of my new ratings. If I see a
There it
card
is,
that
melty.
would be a double R in melty, I'm giving it the melty rating.
There it is. It's now melty for lychee. All right.
Okay. Def marker.
Lovely.
It definitely means unplayable garbage. The melty rating.
That's
In
like
Ultimate Universe, Melty is top tier, so you know.
Not in this one though.
in one of the infinite universes, exactly one of them. Speaking of infinite universes, this looks like a Gurren Lagann card. It's a 2/0. Choose a standing character of Avatar Net and rest it. If you do, draw 2 cards and ditch 1 card. That's so medium. So medium.
It's fine.
Doesn't
It's
do anything.
fine. I mean, if you were playing Index and you wanted to play this card, you'd have to pay a stock for it, and you'd still need a book character in your back row.
No, that's the search one, isn't it?
Is it?
No. The index one is exactly this card. You just have a book character. You don't have to pay cost. The one that costs something is the one where you search for 2 and discard 1.
Anyways, playable, but I don't know if you need it.
You don't play it in index, and that deck has like slots. It has slots to spare.
It
You don't
does.
play this in index.
You have so many level 3 spots that you just don't need to play, just because you don't need to.
Like, you don't play this in index, you don't play it here. I'm pretty sure.
And the last card in blue.
Alright. It's a 2/1 counter. This is Grief Seed, isn't it? You choose
Yes,
a character. That
it
character
is
gains
Grief
X
Seed.
power, where X is 1,000 times the number of your characters with Avatar Net. Okay, so Grief Seed was recently featured as a 3-of in a 50-man, multi-$100 tournament, so this has clearly got to be good meta, right?
Wait.
Joseph!
What happened?
Shout out to Joseph.
Shoutouts to Joseph the Genius. I don't know who you are, or I don't know who you are,
Was this on Reddit or
where
something?
you come from, or how much you've been paid. It's in one of the Discord channels. Some guy posted a link to a WS Dex where he won a 50-man locals with a blue-yellow Madoka deck that is admittedly better than that one cheese and blueberries deck from however many years ago that someone blocked me over. Anyway, that's enough memes. Less memes, more dreams.
There's
This
never.
card is
I-
theoretically playable.
This is a niche card. There's probably someone somewhere that wants to play this. That someone is not me, and then
Dude, you can grab this off your like Fukas. You can grab this on all your Fukas. Like you have a 5K counter now. You can actually somewhat subscribe for.
yeah, good point. Let's give all events the good meta rating because the Fuka can grab them. That seems correct.
I'm just saying, if a guy can win a multi-$100 tourney, like I might have to play 4 of these in my 30 level 3 deck so I can.
Wait, do you ping off events?
Yes.
Yes.
Hmm. How much is Kuryu Kahime? If I actually have to make this deck, I want to know.
You're actually afraid. Oh.
I feel like this guy could sack his way through, because if that deck gets through to mid-game, it does actually have a stupid end game.
Dude, that end game is like strong as like crazy, dude.
Yeah, I acknowledge it. I just don't think you'll sack everybody again.
Well, I just need to sack. If there's 8 rounds, I just need to sack 7. If there's 5 rounds, I just need to sack 4 to maybe top.
Maybe top. Yeah. That's the end of blue. We'll be back with yellow, arguably the most anticipated color.